Hello, people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is part two of learning fancy words in English. And without wasting much time, let's get started. So, the first word we are going to learn today is veracity. So, veracity is accuracy or the truth. So, you can use veracity in a sentence like the police detective questioned the veracity of the suspect's story. So, whatever the suspect has said, the detective is not okay and he's questioning the accuracy of the story which the suspect has said. So, that's how you can use veracity in a sentence. It's the truth or the accuracy, right? So, the next word which we are going to learn is ephemeral. So, ephemeral is something which lasts for a short time. For example, fashion and its trends are ephemeral in nature. So fashion is something that doesn't last for very long. There's a piece of fashion that there's a piece of clothing that comes to fashion and then it just goes off. So you can use ephemeral in those kind of sentences. So it's something which doesn't last for a really long time. Right? So the next word we're going to learn is requisite. Requisite is something which is necessary. So for example, he lacked requisite skills of team management. So necessary. It's a necessary skill. So there are some necessary skills for team management which he lacked. Right? So that's how you can use requisite in a sentence. The next word we're going to learn today is jubilant. Jubilant is something that you're very happy because of the success. The team members were jubilant about the team's victory. So they were very happy that they were successful, right? So it's a happiness which you express because of success. So that's how you use jubilant in a sentence. The next word we are going to learn is fetching. So fetching is something which is an attractive piece of clothing. For example, you look very fetching in this black dress, right? So which means you look very attractive in this black dress. So that's how you can use fetching. You can just compliment someone. You look very fetching in your new dress. Right? So that's how you can use fetching in a sentence. The next word we are going to learn about is muse. So a muse is someone who inspires you. So you can use muse in a sentence like, he's not only my best friend, but also my muse. So he's not only my friend, but he is somebody who inspires me as well. So that's how you can use muse in a sentence. The next word we're going to learn today is dusk. So dusk is something which is just after the sunset. So you can use dusk in a sentence saying, we went for a walk at the dusk. So that's how you can use dusk in a sentence. The next word we're going to learn today is caveat. So caveat is something which is a hindrance, a condition or a limitation. So you can use caveat in a sentence saying, you might want to read the agreement one more time to see the caveat before you actually go ahead and sign it. Right? So it's a limit, there's a limitation in this agreement. So you might want to read it one more time, just to see the caveat and then agree on this agreement. Right? So that's how you can use caveat in a sentence. The next word we're going to learn today is quintessential. So quintessential is a typical example of class and trendy, right? So you can say that he is, or you can say Brian is a quintessential New Yorker. So he's a very classy New Yorker, right? So that's how you can use quintessential in a sentence. The next word we're going to learn is conjecture. Conjecture is a conclusion or a statement which is made without proper or correct full information. You can use conjecture in a sentence saying, there's a conjecture that you are not doing quite well at work. So it's an incomplete information. We got this information. So this is the conjecture, right? The next word we're going to learn today is spearhead. So spearhead is like a leader of a movement, basically. So you can use spearhead in a sentence saying, she became spearhead of the health education program. Right? So she became a leader. She led the movement of health education program. That's how you can use spearhead in a sentence. The next word we're going to learn is impediment. So impediment is something which is an obstruction or a hindrance. So if you're trying to do a work and you're not able to do it because of an obstacle, so that's where you can use impediment. So for example, the equipments were an impediment to the project. So the cost of the equipment was an impediment to the project. So because the equipments were very costly, so that's why we were not able to proceed with the project. So it was an obstruction. It was stopping us from actually working on the project. So that's how you can use impediment in a sentence. The next word we are going to learn today is elated. Elated is something which is exclusively happy, aesthetically happy. So you can say, I'm elated to announce that I'm nominated as the vice president of the organization. So I'm extremely happy to announce that I have been nominated as the vice president of the organization. Right? So that's how you can use elated in a sentence. The next word we are going to learn is philanthropy. So philanthropy is a charitable act. So you can say the philanthropic organization does its best to support the homeless, or she does a lot of philanthropic work. So it's a charitable work which you can express using philanthropy. The next word we're going to learn is imbibe. Imbibe is something which you're absorbing. So one has to learn the culture to imbibe. One has to imbibe the culture to survive. So it's like you have to absorb, understand the culture in order to survive. So that's how you can use imbibe in a sentence. The next word we are going to learn is amalgamation. So amalgamation is a merger combination. So it's a combination of few things. So amalgamation in a sentence or in your day-to-day life, you can use saying, I have a lot of idols. I'm an amalgamation of all of them. So I'm a combination. I like to observe people who I look up to, and I'm an amalgamation of all my idols. So I take the good stuff from my idol and I work on it. So I'm a combination of all of them. So that's how you can use amalgamation in a sentence. The next word we are going to learn is periphery. Periphery is something on the edge. So you can use periphery in a sentence saying, I might be on the periphery watching the basketball match. So I might be just standing on the edge and watching the match. That's how you can use periphery in a sentence. The next word we are going to learn is vocation. Vocation is it's a trade or a profession. So you can say in a sentence, I am a software engineer by vocation. So which means by profession, I'm a software engineer. The next word and the last word we're going to learn is retrospect. So retrospect is something where you are actually scrutinizing a past event. You're reviewing a past event. I am retrospecting the past situation that was ongoing with the project. Right? So guys, these are few of the interesting and fancy words which you can use in your everyday lives, and it's really gonna make a difference when you actually start using them. So make use of these words and let me know how you guys are using it. You can use them when you're talking to people, when you're actually WhatsApping, or when you're actually having a conversation. So these will really help. Make sure you use them very often so that it helps you. Let me know how you guys are liking my video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notifications, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you. Bye.